Side problems 1 through 7, these are all inverse. That's like the section 6.1. Remember, when we were dealing with inverses, that's when our quadrants were limited. If we had sine inverse, its reciprocal cosecant inverse, or tangent inverse, the answer was either in quadrants 1 or 4. If we had cosine inverse, secant inverse, or cotangent inverse, that's quadrants 1 and 2. So if I look at just a couple of these, like number 2, it says y equals arc cotangent negative radical 3 over 3. So I'm starting with an inverse. That means I'm only going to get one answer. When it's cotangent inverse, I know my answer could be in quadrant 1 or 4. Sorry, 1 or 2. Which one is it? 2, because it's negative. Okay, so what I'm asking myself is, when is cotangent equal to negative radical 3 over 3? So you can think about your hand trick. If you don't like thinking about cotangent, that means tangent is the reciprocal. What's your reference angle when tangent is the square root of 3? 60 degrees. In the directions it did say we are in radians on these. So that's pi over 3. What's pi over 3 in quadrant 2? And these were the problems that we also talked about. If looking at your unit circle helps you, you can do that. Just make sure you can fill out the unit circle when it comes to the test.
So if you're doing that, so you want to get the quadrant right before you flip the tangent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so you don't flip your quadrants.
Yep.
If I look at number 3, arc secant of negative 1.5. What quadrants can secant inverse be in? 1 and 2. Which one is this one? 2, because it's negative. So that means secant is negative 1.5. Is that one we know? No. So it means cosine we know are reciprocals. So what we did is use our calculator to get our reference angle. Make sure you are in radian mode. And we did not put in the negative because we didn't want to have quadrant issues, so we just did cosine inverse of 1 over 1.5. Get 0.841. How would you put that in quadrant 2? We're in radians. It's always distance to the x-axis, so we have to do pi minus 0.841. So if we type in pi minus 0.841 on the calculator, we get 2.3006. And that would be our final answer. Do you guys remember doing those? Okay. If we go to problem 5. How would you work this out? Can we figure out what tangent of pi over 4 is? Yeah. What is, that's, pi over 4 is like 45 degrees. Radical 2 over radical 2 is 1. So now we have a sine inverse of 1. That means when is sine equal to 1? I didn't specify degrees or radians. 90 degrees. Or pi over 2 if you did radians. other three in this section, 4, 6, and 7 are very similar. When I look at this, do we know this? We're looking for an angle. Do we know when tangent is -1/5? No. Do you guys remember what we did? I don't. What if I said I want the exact answer, not from the calculator?
Or put it in the triangle.
Yeah. We have to find cosine of that angle. And we know that from that angle, tangent is -1/5. Okay, tangent inverse could be in quadrants 1 or 4. Since it's negative, we're quadrant 4. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So Pythagorean theorem to get our missing side. This side is radical 26. So now cosine, how do we do cosine? Adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 5 radical 26 over 26. So that's the older stuff. After that, the rest of them are just solving equations. Okay? Do we need to do any more together? Okay. So you guys have time to work and ask questions.